Hey everyone, welcome back to Get Ready with me, Louise. So today we're going to play with the last palette from the Glamlite and Hershey Kisses. Where's it at? Here it is. Oh, guess I need that, huh? The Milk Chocolate with Almond palette. And it looks like this. So it's basically a neutral, warm tone palette. I mean, you know, it is what it is. But it's so pretty. It really is. I'm not really into warm tones anymore. Like I used to be a lot. But lately it's been a lot of cool tones for some reason. But when I do play with the warm tone palette, it reminds me of how much I used to and still do think that the looks turn out really pretty. This is the look we're going to do using this palette. And it's quite simple, to be honest. These shadows are so easy to use. So the first shade we're going to go into is number 2, which is right here. I'm going to start out with that shade. I mean, Glamlite's formula is definitely pigmented, for sure. Like, make no mistake about that one. But it is very blendable, and it is very buildable. Like, it's just really easy to use. I highly suggest going in with a light hand, you know, just to be safe, especially like a beginner like myself. You know, I don't want to go in with a bunch of eyeshadow and then be like, whoops, what am I going to do with it? You know, where's this blending to? Because these are, you know, very pigmented. Now the neutrals aren't as bad as the colorful palettes, because they're neutrals, you know, it's more skin toned, you know, to you. So any mistakes are you can don't see them in a sense. Now with their colorful shadows, you know, you do want to be much more careful. But because this is a neutral palette, it's, you know, semi easy to work with. If you do go heavy-handed, that is. But I personally just, because I know the way the shadows are, I just start with a light hand. That way I don't even have to worry about it. It's just better that way, you know? Because I don't know what I'm doing to begin with, so it's better for me just to, you know, go light hand and then we're good to go. Next shade we're going to go into is the number 4 shade right here. And we're going to darken up the outer corner and then into the crease. And to be honest, you don't have to go in that many times because these are so pigmented. Like, these looks can be quick and easy if you wanted it to be. You know what I mean? Like, it's just really up to you on the depth and, you know, color pigment that you want. Again, I don't go for too dark of looks because I just don't think I look good in them. And I don't think they turn out as good on me. But because I'm not a makeup artist, obviously. But I will say, even though I'm not a makeup artist and I just try the best that I can, as we all do, most of the time when I'm using Glamlite shadows, whatever the palette may be, the look usually turns out really good. Like, seriously good. Even if it's not my color story, my thing, it still really does turn out good nonetheless. Alright, we're going to take that same shade, number 4, and we're going to run it along the lower lash line. I don't know, there's just something about the Glamlite. I like the mattes, I really do. But my love is in the metallic formula. I won't lie. Their metallic formula is like amazing, to be honest. I don't know if it's like my all-time favorite, but it is good. And then if you take their price point into consideration, well, then it just may be my all-time favorite. Because, I mean, like, for this palette, for these shades, you get 6 shades, and it's $18. 18. Like, what? For this kind of formula? I mean, think about it. 6 shades. Pat McGrath just launched it, and it was like, what, $65, $69 for 6 shades? Now, don't get me wrong, you're paying, the packaging is obviously, you know, more luxe. Not, I mean, this packaging is cute, but it's also bulky and hard to store and stuff like that. Okay, we're going to go into number 6 now, right here. This darker shade. And again, I am knocking it off because this shade is so dark. So dark. And I am just going to put it on the outer portion here. I'm almost like stamping it, and then I'll blend. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Because, like I said, it will get out of hand really quickly if you're not careful. And of course, I have hooded eyes, which makes it even worse. I won't lie about that. If you don't have hooded eyes, it may be even easier for you to use these colors and stuff, but because I have the hooded eyes, it makes it so much harder. And I gotta watch my little crevices and creases and all that good stuff. And then, of course, trying to get each eye the same, I've kind of just given up on that. If they're close enough for me, then that's good enough. Because one is so much more downturned, one's more hooded. It's like, I can't win for losing. Like, this one is more downturned. This one is more hooded. No, that's not right. I think this one's more hooded and the other one's more downturned, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it. Either way, they're hard to work with. And then, of course, all the sagging skin and the little creases. It's just so much fun. It really, really is. Just so much fun. But, I mean, it is what it is, you know? We work with what we got. I'm going to go back into that number 4 shade because I don't want to lose that shade. And I will say that all these shades blend so nicely into each other. They really, really do. Like, there's really no thought process if you just go from lightest to darkest, you know? They make it pretty darn easy for you. And I like that. I really do. I like that a lot. Because, honestly, I don't know what I'm doing half the time, you know? Alright, so we're going to take that number 6 shade, and I'm going to push it right up on the lash line with this brush here. And then we're going to blend it out. I'm using the Tarte Fake Awake in my waterline today, which I think is a good match for this look. go back into number 2, or no, number 4. And run it under the lower lash line to blend that out. Now we got to build up that number 6 shade in the outer corner here. I don't know about this brush for blending, but for placement, it's really good. Because it's just so small. I mean, it does blend though, don't get me wrong. It's just, I don't think it's a good blending brush. I just think it's a good placement brush. And you need those too. As much as you need good blending brushes, you need good placement brushes. Especially if you got hooded eyes, because it is hard. To find little brushes to work. Alright. I think I got it. I think I got it dark enough. Oh, it's a mess. Okay, going back into number 4. We're going to have to do some blending here. Big time. I may have to get another brush even, because this is kind of blown out a little bit here. Isn't it funny that when you look close up in a mirror, it could look fine, you know what I mean? But then when you look far away, it's a whole different story, or vice versa. Like when you're far away, it's like, oh, it looks good, and then you're like up close and you're like, oh no, Going back into number 2. Just gonna have to do a little bit of blending. That's all. We'll get it. We'll get it. I didn't mean to go that crazy with it though, to be honest. But we can make it work. We can get it. It's just a little bit of something. I don't know what. That's all. Alright. Now, let's just go in with the showstopper. What do you say? We're going to go in with shade number 1. Which is the shade right here. And we're just going to pick it up. Again, I don't wet these, so as metallic as this looks, without being wet, or without me placing it on with a finger, says something. In my opinion. Like, look at that shine. I mean, it's beautiful. And like, these are not colors that I really usually like. I don't know why I've been into cool tones so much lately. But look at that. I mean, this is like a summer bronze palette. in a sense, you know? I mean, it could be any time, really. Date night, whatever you want it to be. But this color here is just amazing, I think. Now that gold, it is a beautiful gold. Don't get me wrong. It is a beautiful gold. But it ain't, like, I don't wear golds, really. But it's still a very beautiful metallic gold. Alright. Okay, now that I got that laid down, let me take a look in the mirror. Make sure it is just as metallic as both eyes here. It is so hard to hold all these brushes. And if you spray it, you won't, I got a little teeny bit of fallout, but not much. But if you spray these, you won't get any fallout. Or if you apply it with a finger, you won't get any fallout. Okay. Then we're going to go into number 6 again, the darkest shade. And I'm going to line my top lash line with it. Just relining the bottom lash line too, or make sure it's up in there. And I'm kind of just like pressing it, touching it, pressing it, you know, all the way across. Okay. Then I'm just going to make sure that that's blended out on the bottom. I think this side blew out a little more than this side, to be honest with you, but I can't really tell. But that is what it is, you know. I can't always get it right. Then I'm just going to use the highlighter that I'm wearing today and put it in my inner corner here, because there's just nothing light enough for me in that palette. And that doesn't bother me none, like I said before. Like, as long as I got my highlighter, I don't care to pull it down and use it. And the highlighter, wait until you guys see what I pulled out. I found, and I'm like, ooh, I forgot I had that. And the blush, kind of, I mean, I knew I had this brand, but I forgot I had this particular product, so to say. Okay, so let's curl the lashes. Where did I put my lash curler? Oh. I'm going to use my Surratt lash curler here. And you can kind of guess what mascara I'm using, I'm sure. Especially since it's this warm tone look. You would be correct. My Too Faced, the milk chocolate one, the Better Than Sex chocolate one, brown. Just making sure I can brush away any fallout. Alright, and then let's put this on. I really like the way this all came out, you all. Even, oh man, I don't know which is my favorite. This palette, it's got to be the milk chocolate one, the cool tone one. But this look is like right there with it, to be honest. Or this palette, to be honest. Like milk chocolate number 1, number 2, this one. And like then the pink, then the purple, then the blue. I would have to say if I was ranking them. But that's only based on preference, not, you know, formula. Because the formula in all of them are the same, and they are amazing. Amazing. I don't know what Valentine's Day palette I have I can do next. That was just for Valentine's Day. I'll have to look. But I guess it doesn't have to be, as long as it's like looks like a Valentine's Day. So I could probably do. This is really my time to shine because I love pink. Like most of my palettes are pink, you know. But I'm gonna put this on the bottom lash line too. Man, I think I'm gonna have to go out tonight. Do something. I really like this look. Oh, even if it's just to the grocery store, you know? I feel like I gotta do something. Because this look is just amazing. And you know, I liked yesterday's look, the cool tone look, but I didn't feel as pretty in that look as I do this one for some reason. Which I'm shocked. Because I love. Maybe I'm switching back to warm tone looks that I'm liking. Or maybe it's just this palette. I don't know what it is, but I'm telling you, I really feel pretty with this eye look for some reason. Oh yeah, I'm going out tonight, y'all. I don't know where I'm going. I nicked myself right here. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going out. Probably Kroger. If I'm going to be honest, I'm probably going to the grocery store. But you know, hey, I did my makeup for me, not to necessarily go out. Although usually, if I do go out, it is to Kroger. Kroger gets the benefit, or unless it's like a very colorful look that's like crazy, and then you best believe I'm headed to Walmart. You can best believe that's where I'm headed, is Walmart. So people can just look at me and go, "Girl, what have you done?" You know. 9 out of 10, I bet you. If it's a colorful, crazy look, it's Walmart. And let me tell you, I get to scared. It's almost kind of funny. I get so like embarrassed in a sense, like especially if somebody stares, like it just, I get embarrassed. I don't know why. I shouldn't really care what people think, but I do. And like when they stare at me, I'm like, oh God, why did I do this? Why did I do this? You know, type of thing. All right, I'm gonna let you go though. This is the final palette. It's the Hershey Kisses milk chocolate with almond. And you know, this kind of gives me that feeling, like the milk chocolate and the almond all in one. I get the color thing to that theme in here. So I don't know if this is my favorite or the milk chocolate. I'm like in between because I love, look at this look. Oh, it turned out so pretty. It's the metallic shade. I know what it is. It's always the metallics with Glamlite. That's like, I'm always like, oh, I don't know. And then I'm like the metallic and I'm like, bam. Oh, I love it. It's my favorite. You know what I mean? Okay, for blush and highlighter, for the bronzer, I'm using the Too Faced Natural Chocolate Golden Cocoa bronzer. But for blush and highlighter, I found the KKW. It says, I guess this is Luxe, Luxe for blush. Like that don't even look like that. Like this looks like a nothing color, but it's such a pretty color. And then this is Tempting, and this is just as pretty. That's what I have on my inner corners and for highlight everywhere else. It's just so pretty. I forgot about these. I gotta leave these out because these are just, I don't know if I got any more even. And you know, the packaging is cute. I'm curious if they're going to come back out. Kylie came back out, so I'd have to assume that she would come back out with her line, but maybe not. For lip liner, I'm wearing Milani in All Naturel. And then for lipstick, I'm wearing Pat McGrath Dream Lover. And then that's it. Oh, should I put on the milk almond gloss, you think? Let's do the gloss. Let's just do it. Why not? I don't think it's really going to go with this look, but I think we have to. It smells good too. Let's just... Right now. Anything? A little bit? Yeah, did a little bit. Nothing major though. Alright guys, that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped. They are still available, all these palettes, on the Glamlite site. $18, you all. $18. So worth it. Like, if you haven't tried Glamlite's formula, try it. I would suggest maybe even like the, definitely, like, it depends on what you're looking for. Like, I love their, ice cream palette and cake palette. Those would be my favorites. Of course, all their natural looks I like. I don't have like their burger and their pizza stuff. I didn't get that. I do have their sweets though, like the red velvet and stuff. I do like the strawberry shortcake, and that's kind of Valentine-y in a way. The wine palettes, those were all nice. It's just really whatever you think, you know, you'd like. But their formula is amazing. Absolutely love this look. And I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.